All right, to the ones and the nuns, welcome. We're a little bit early today. We got a little private signing with former OU player and national champion tomorrow evening. So we got some stuff to get ready for that. I am Papa E. That is the Maxarelli.
What's up, kids?
We're going to get this going live, as we usually are, on Wednesdays from 5 to 7 at the Restaurante de Frio de Casa.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to start off today with a little bit of MLB news. There's more news in here than, we probably thought. A couple interesting things.
Well, the season's starting to get on its way, so. And I got some impromptu Mariner news as well.
Cal Raleigh's vagina got sewed up.
No, he's still on IL.
Oh, interesting deal.
Just more talking about last night's game. That was a complete shit show.
All right, first little tidbit of info. New York Yankee pitcher Garrett Cole is set to debut for the 2026 season this Friday against the Devil Rays.
It's supposed to be early, if I'm not mistaken, because they've went on a little schneid as of late. So I heard they're trying to bring him back a little bit early.
Well, that stat isn't in here, but they were debating to let him do his 6 rehab starts, which he's done, or a 7th.
So just bring him up.
They're bringing him up. So interesting stats coming up here. He's had elbow problems for a little while. So in his rehab outings this year, he has an ERA of 5.28, which I know today's day and age, that really doesn't matter if you score 6 runs, but against minors.
That just goes into my Mariner tirade. So, yeah, keep going.
All right. Now, some good news on here. He was hitting 99.6 miles an hour.
Which doesn't make a lot of sense. Maybe he only pitched a couple of innings and then give up a run or something like that. Maybe that's why the ERA looks so weird.
Well, from what I was reading, he was up to 80 pitches his last outing.
Yeah, so that's probably only about 4 innings, I would say.
So they've worked him up, but he may be trying to throw more fastballs than anything because
probably
he's minor leaguers. And he's had elbow issues. I mean, if you think about it, he really missed the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he hasn't pitched a full season since he's been with the Yankees, I don't think.
2023, I think. Isn't that when he won the Cy Young with them?
Oh yeah, it was 2023. Yeah, I thought he hadn't pitched a full season since he left. What was it, Houston, right?
Yes, but he did 2023 with the Yankees.
Right.
2024,
he was off and on all year long.
Yeah, he missed like 3 or 4 months in one outing. So
yeah, he was on my fantasy baseball team that really chapped my hide.
I'm sure it would, because that is what would happen to me if I had a baseball fantasy team.
Baseball fantasy is one you got to go. You have to look at that every day, man. It's time consuming. All right, so the A's pitcher JT Ginn had a no-hitter going into the 9th inning. 6 pitches later, they lose in a walk-off by Zach Neto.
Dude, that's crazy to be that on, and I get the manager. Hey, if I'm the manager of a team and I got a dude throwing a no-hitter through 8,
you got to let him go.
He's going out there for the 9th.
But if you give up a hit or a walk in your first at-bat, or in the first at-bat, you're done.
He did give up, I want to say it was a hit, the first batter he faced.
Yeah, you got it. You got to go.
And I'm pretty sure by only 6 pitches, the second batters hit the home run.
Yeah.
So that's and the A's are actually playing really good this year.
They're playing some salty ball.
Yeah,
salty ball.
They're
for the ALS.
Yeah.
Worst division of baseball.
Well,
worst division of baseball.
The NL West does have the Dodgers and Padres.
That's what pulls that one up, bro. That's what pulls that one up.
What about the AL or NL East?
No, they got the Yankees and the Rays.
NL East.
Oh, NL East?
You got the Braves and everyone else.
Well, yeah, that's what makes them good. No, the Rays are still playing salty ball too, aren't they?
The Rays.
Oh, the Rays are in the American. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, then I don't know. Maybe the East is pretty bad.
So,
well, I know the Phillies are starting to play some salty ball too, though.
They got rid of the coach, and we got some Philly talk coming up here shortly.
I know.
PCA, the outfielder of the Chicago Cubs, was fined an undisclosed amount, and I tried searching, and I can't find how much it was, after he had an incident with the fan on the south side of Chicago.
So it was a home fan that was heckling him.
No.
Oh,
They were at White Sox
oh,
Park.
the White Sox Park. Okay.
Uh,
Any idea what was said? Have you heard?
I didn't look all that much into it. A fan was heckling him, and PCA himself said he used a poor choice of words with that said fan.
He
in
probably called him an
retaliation.
MFer, I would assume.
Yeah, because if it was worse, that
Yeah.
fan would have been on the news saying,
Right.
This
He
is what
he called me a bad racial name. Yeah, he probably just told him to shut the F up.
Yeah.
Would be my assumption.
But a lot of these players you gotta understand, fans are gonna heckle you when you're the visitor,
Yeah,
especially.
But if you think about it, you're the center fielder. You have the batter's eye behind you. You shouldn't have a lot of fans that are even close enough to you to yell
and
at
I don't
you.
know if he was batting.
Oh, okay.
or-
See, I
that
assumed
part
he
I
was in
don't
the
know.
field. I assumed he was in the field.
Yeah, that part I don't know where he was when it occurred. But fans are gonna heckle.
Hey, good on PCA for standing up for himself, though, especially against the White Sox.
And they should stand up for themselves. And if he didn't say anything really wrong, why are you apologizing?
Well,
You're saying you said something wrong.
why? Because the organization probably said, "Hey, you at least need to save face and say you're sorry."
Well,
Sorry.
then the
Sorry.
fan needs to come out and say it, because we as fans, dude, when Ron Braun would come up in Wrigley, dude, he got heckled like hell, dude. I mean, it's part of the game.
Oh well,
And the players got to get thick skin.
Or Altuve, everywhere he goes, he gets booed, or he did for a while.
Well, understandable.
Well,
at least baseball players have a little thicker skin than the NBA players. I mean,
most of them. Most of them. It just depends.
We don't know what.
We'll speak about that once we get to the NBA. But yeah, we'll have to bring. Yeah, never mind. We'll talk about it NBA. So Schwarber, will he hit 60 or more this season? I don't know. He hit 56 last year, and he has 20 through 49 games this season. He's on pace for 66.
Isn't that crazy? 20 home runs in 49 games.
I think that's the best ever, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there's some more interesting stats.
I know. I kind of read through it, but
and when this guy gets hot,
he gets hot. Exactly.
This guy gets hot.
Well, yeah, he hit 5 in 5 days.
Yeah.
But that's because, again, like you put later on down here. Well,
look at that. We just did when he goes hot, he goes hot.
Yeah. Well, we kind of knew where it was going with this too.
Right. So some other interesting tidbits when he's hot. So in 2021, he had 16 home runs in 18 June games.
Right.
That's crazy.
It is. Like you say.
And that's actually probably the best stat of the ones we'll go through. 16 and 18.
Right. Well, 16 and 32 is amazing too in June of 2022.
Right. Then he follows that up in 2023, 16 and 30 in August games. So you got June, August.
And then until 2024, 10 and 20 games in September.
Yep.
In 2025, 15 home runs in 27 games. It cut between July and August.
Yeah. I mean, so as the season goes on, he
gets hot.
When it gets hot, he gets hot.
Right.
And
well, it's just longer time to see the balls because.
Right. This year, 12 and 18 games from the 26th to the 15th.
Right.
I mean, but that one in 2021, 16 home runs in 18 games. That's crazy.
Well, why is he only playing 18 games in a month?
No, it was just in those said 18
Oh,
games.
Okay, I got you.
Just in those 18 games. So this is interesting when I was reading this article.
Yeah, makes sense.
So Schwarber he's an all or none guy.
He's a hit or miss kind of guy.
Yeah. So he has struck out, walked, or hit a home run in 49.2% in his career at bats.
That makes sense. That's why he's a 220 hitter.
Yeah, and that's coming up. And that's his career plate appearances.
Right.
So he's hitting 230 right now.
Which is high.
Yeah, and last year Cal hit 60 and only hit 247.
Which I think literally was his highest average season as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It's funny how you say that. That's his highest average ever. But then you've got what? Huh? Can you bother one of us? We'll have to talk to him in a minute. So 247 was Cal's highest ever.
Right.
Then he turns around and hit 60 home runs. Last year, Schwarber hit 56 and hit 240. Did you know that those are the two lowest averages ever for someone who has hit 50 or more home runs in the season?
No, I did not. That's crazy.
But it's the lowest ever, two of the lowest evers, and yet it was Cal's highest. And 240 is pretty high for Schwartz. Pretty high.
Well, I don't even think Cal had hit 40 before last year. I think his highest was like 36, I think.
You know, and like we said, Kyle, I'm a Schwartz. We'll go with Schwartz.
There we go.
The
Exactly.
Kyle thing. It's long ball. He's not trying for it.
No, he's not. All he's trying to do is hit dongs.
Yeah, he's trying to hit a Schwarber bomb. So interesting facts there on Mr. Schwarber.
And you know what's crazy is he's been pretty healthy his whole career.
Well, his rookie year, he missed ACL surgery, and he came back in the playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah.
But still, I mean, for his career, he's played a lot of games.
As a DH.
Well, yeah.
Oh, man, my water just went everywhere. No, I did not pee myself.
And it's not even carbonated water.
No, it's Ozarka.
All right, so division leaders as of right now, the AL Least, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays have a 3-game lead over the struggling New York Yankees.
I wouldn't say struggling.
Tampa Bay is just hot, but no, the Yankees are on kind of a schneid right now. They have not been playing good baseball.
I mean, they lost a game in a week. The AL Central, Cleveland is leading the White Sox by 2 games. The White Sox have
been playing good ball.
But the White Sox did beat the Cubs 2 out of 3.
And they beat the Mariners so far. Well, they're 1-1 right now. But they're playing right now, actually.
Yeah, it was tied 1-1 before we went on air.
All right, the AL West, the A's lead the Texas Rangers by 1 game.
Mariners
are like out. 2 games out. Yeah,
2 games out.
3 games under 500 still. Yeah, we'll talk about that after we talk about leaders. We'll have a little Mariner Cub diatribe. Now we have the NL Least. The Atlanta Braves lead the Phillies by 8 games, but the Phillies, I think, are over 500 now.
They may be, because there's an interesting stat for that coming up. So, but they've gained a game in the last week.
Really?
They were 9 games out last week. Now they're 8. So Phillies are hot. They got rid of the manager and they've turned around. And they're not just playing salty ball. They're playing damn good baseball.
Right.
The NL Central, the Brouhahas are leading the FU Cardinals and the Cubs by half a game. So Cubs not been doing so well lately.
Well, if you guys wouldn't have lost to the White Sox, you guys would still be right up there.
White Sox and the Brouhahas, they're playing them right now.
Well, the Brouhahas got a good pitching staff.
Well, they also got Yelich back.
And they got Yelich back, right.
So that's not.
But we'll see how he does, man. He's getting up there in age. I don't think he's going to have an all-star type season.
No, but since he's come back, they've been on a tear.
Right. So now we go to the NL West. The Dodgers lead San Diego by a game, but they are in the midst of a series this week. So this will be very important for the standings, obviously.
Well, and last week San Diego had the half-game lead. Now the Dodgers have the half-game.
Well, like
lead.
I said, they're in the middle of a series right now.
So
Dodgers won last night, I think 8-5.
So interesting tidbits coming up here. So 4 teams in the AL are over 500, and all of these stats are as of like 1 o'clock today before
any afternoon games. Correct.
So it is the Rays, Yanks, Indians, and even the White Sox.
And the White Sox are like 3 games over 500.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3. But yeah, they're over 500.
They've been playing good ball.
No one in the AL West is over 500. The A's are at 500. They're at 500.
Like I said, we have the worst division in baseball, brother. And that's good because we need it right now. 9 teams in the National League are over 500.
Yeah, I wasn't going to list all these teams, but there's...
Nope, don't need to. We already know pretty much who
the
they all are.
The whole NL Central is over 500.
Really? The The
They
Bucks are
might,
still over 500.
they might be at 500.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, 9 teams in NL over 500.
But hey, that might be the
for
turnaround of the year, though.
what, the whole division?
No, well, yeah. But I'm talking about the Buccos, man.
Well,
They were trash last year. They had no hitting at all. Now they're at least scoring runs.
they're trash most years.
Well, because they don't spend any freaking money.
The team that's really surprising me out of the Central is the FU Cardinals. They did get rid of a lot. They cleaned house, and they've got a lot of young guys, and they're playing well.
They're playing some salty
They
ball.
are playing well. Cincinnati's being Cincinnati, and they're going to hang around and then drop down. And
Yeah, they're going to choke at the end, kind of like
down.
yeah. All right, so now we got major league leaders so far. This is as of 1 o'clock Central today.
Yes.
We have the average leader, Otto Lopez from Miami, is batting a balmy 346 so far on the season.
Yeah, that's kind of cooled down, as usually does.
Well, of course.
You don't have, Willie McGee out there hitting. You don't have Tony
Slappers,
Gwynn.
bunch of slappers.
You don't have Ichiro. You don't have Barry Bonds.
Well, on base percentage.
I could tell you who's not in the top 20 in average.
Oh, I can too.
Kyle Schwarber, who leads
Cal Raleigh.
who leads the leagues in home runs with 20.
Right.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh,
He's not even over 200 again. I'm
No.
telling you that oblique is.
he was like
him.
160 or 170, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he had it for 195 maybe, but I don't know. That oblique is really messing with him. But again, we'll talk about that at the end of this. We have RBI leader Andy Page and Liam Hicks from Miami. Andy Pages from the Dodgers and Liam Hicks from Miami, 42.
Pages keeps popping back up in all
Exactly.
kinds of stats here. So he's
Exactly.
having a decent year. Yeah, 42 RBIs already.
That's crazy.
The league leader in hits, Otto Lopez, has 66 hits. He had 55 last week when he led the majors. So he got 11 hits over the last week. We'll see if that holds up.
Stolen bases, Jose Ramirez from Cleveland and Nasim Nunez from Washington are tied at 20. So Fatty Ramirez is still getting his run on.
Well, he led the majors last week with 18, so he got 2 more.
Well,
But Nunez come and probably got 4 more to tie him. Yeah, I still wish there was more stolen bases.
there's a lot more.
I miss that.
Okay, it's I would say there's more stolen bases, but there's not guys like like Ricky Henderson or
Vince Coleman, Willie McGee.
well, I'm thinking
Willie
of
Wilson.
what's his name, the Braves guy that hit or that stole like 89 on the
Acuna?
Yeah, it's just there's more guys stealing bases now, but you don't have the dominant base stealers that you had in the past. It's just more guys steal bases now.
Yeah,
Really, I think Naylor right now has 12 stolen bases.
but just gimmies?
He stole 3rd the other night.
Okay, well, that's not.
I mean, but Naylor with 12 stolen bases. I mean, I would think that'd be his career high already. But I mean, what do I know? So that's
all right. So now we're off into pitching. The wins leader again for the second week in a row.
All right, I gotta check this out.
Aaron
It's
Ashby.
2 weeks in a row.
Milwaukee Brewers has 8 wins. I guess we're looking to see if he's related to Andy
Yeah,
Ashby.
I meant to do
because
this-
we did forget from last week.
well, and I thought about it in midweek too, and forgot. Is Aaron? Oh, what? Spell it right.
And while he's looking for that,
Yeah, you can just keep going.
the ERA leader with the same ERA as last week, the same person, Cam Schittler from the New York Yankees.
He is the nephew of former pitcher.
Okay, well, he's related.
Related,
so
not
nephew.
not son, but yes, they are related. Again, with that last name, I figured they would be.
Almost had to be.
Right. Saves, we have Cade Smith from Cleveland and Mason Miller from San Diego with 15.
Yeah, Miller came back, had a couple of saves because I think Cade Smith only had like 13 last week.
I wonder what.
So-
Okay, so you're on this next one. Sorry, I forgot.
Strikeout leader, Jacob Mizorowski from Milwaukee, the Brouhahas, has 88. That's up from his league leading 77 of last week.
This kid is a stud.
Maybe
He made the All-Star game last year with like 4 or 5 appearances, but his stuff is so electric they had to put him in the All-Star game.
So Milwaukee, trade him to an AL team.
Mariners, oh, no, we don't need him. We have enough pitchers right now, and we'll talk about that in just a
Dude, he
minute.
could probably hit better than Cal. Oh,
Of course he can right now. Cal's on the IL.
All right, so you said you had some tidbits on Mr. Cal.
Oh,
not so big dumper.
Well,
this
no,
year.
no. I have some Mariner rants. Period. All right, so Cal out for, he's on the IL. I think that his oblique is really what's messing with him. I think that's why he's not hitting right now. But again, he's on the IL now. So yesterday, we had one of our pitchers come back from the, he'd done his rehab
from the DL.
Yeah,
they have to call it IL because apparently it's wrong to say disabled list.
What?
Yeah, dude, DL.
Right. So he came back after his rehab starts, and they were gonna do like a platoon start. So he was gonna pitch like 4 innings, and then Castillo, who has a 6.5 ERA, was gonna come in and pitch the second half of the game, right?
Okay.
So Miller pitches 5.1 innings, and they take him out, and Castillo comes in and pitches 2 gems of an inning, right? Or no, it must have been more than that. No, he pitched like 2.5 gems of an inning. Basically, comes in for the 9th inning. Our closer wasn't even up in the bullpen. Okay, wasn't even up in the bullpen. Still had his hoodie on when Castillo goes out there.
Okay.
Castillo goes out, puts 2 runners on. They tried to bring in the closer, not like in his normal role, because our closer is one of those bitchly closers that doesn't like to do anything but go in and pitch 3 outs. Like, he doesn't like to go in with 1 out in the inning. He's one of those bitchly guys that I'm the closer. I only pitch fucking 3 innings or 3 outs.
So there's more problems with the Mariners than just.
Oh, Dan Wilson is an idiot, is really what it is. But Castillo with his 6 ERA puts 2 guys on, and Munoz can't close it out, and we lose 2-1. We got 1 fucking hit yesterday. 1 hit.
But you got to run
in the first effing inning.
Well, but you got to run.
But I do want to bring up some positives about the Mariners, though.
Okay, all right, bring them up.
Cal
Raleigh's on the IL.
The guy that we paid all that money to, that we were both questioning of why do you pay a guy in the minor leagues?
Was it Cody Emerson or something?
Cole
Emerson. Hey, I had the last name right.
His first major league hit, though, was a 3-run home run to win the game the night before.
Hey,
so
got a little bit of his money's worth. You think he'll stay up the whole rest of the year as bad as they're doing?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
well, keep him up right now, JP Crawford is literally the worst fielding by metrics. He is the worst fielding shortstop in Major League Baseball right now.
But he's hurt.
No, JP Crawford's not hurt.
That's where Emerson's playing.
No, Emerson's playing third for Brandon Donovan.
Okay, yeah, Donovan's out.
But
Emerson's a shortstop playing third.
Emerson is the shortstop playing third. But word around the clubhouse is JP does not want a DH. He does not want a DH.
But if you can't field, he should give Kyle Schwarber a call. Schwarber could talk anyone into being a DH.
I know. It's
like, again, it's so cool. You could drink beer in the clubhouse and you come out. I've been looking at my gut. You ain't gonna even do a whole lot. Just hit the hell out of the ball. You don't even have to bat over 230 if you don't want.
There's lots of problems in the clubhouse right now. I think Dan Wilson is not the manager that everybody thought he was going to be. I guess in every post-game press conference, he'll get asked a question, and he does a lot of kind
of like we do.
Oh, no.
And we got no one asking us questions?
No, but we at least give out information. He doesn't give out any information. He hems and haws around and then doesn't answer the question.
Does he do what was that? Huh? Can you repeat
I haven't listened to any of them. I'm getting all of this third hand. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think Dan Wilson's the guy. We have the 3rd best odds to win the World Series, and we're 3 games under 500. What the? Stop myself.
Okay.
What's that all about, though? Seriously, what is that all about? I don't know.
Ownership, not just the manager. Ownership. GM.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that either. I don't trust our GM either.
Maybe they need drunk Seahawk GM.
Hey, we can't talk any shit about drunk John yet, okay? I still have questions.
That was a positive on him.
I know. Even Ty from Pat McAfee show said, I don't think John Schneider's ever been hungover one day in his life.
Well, yeah, you'd have to not be drunk.
Well, no, you just stay drunk, I think, all the time. That's what it is.
I'm saying.
You wake up and just start drinking again, I think, is what it is.
Well, maybe that's what he does.
I assume so. Again, I don't think he's been sober since
they won the Super Bowl.
Since they won the Super Bowl. So,
and he's going to want to stay drunk depending on how bad this year goes.
I don't think we're going to do bad. I think we'll be okay. I don't know. We're playing in the toughest division in the league, though.
All right, so that's going to wrap up our MLB info. Now we're going to move to a little bit of NHL tidbits.
Probably should run a break there, brother.
Yeah, this is only going to take about 3 minutes.
Okay, we'll go break.
So we're in the conference finals for the NHL. Colorado versus Las Vegas. Game 1 is tonight. Colorado's favored. Who are you taking?
I got Colorado on the road. I mean, home barn hasn't really meant anything here in these hockey playoffs.
I think Colorado's going to take this, but I think Las Vegas is going to make this easy for them. Or Las Vegas is not going to make it
right. No, I don't think Las Vegas is playing some good hockey right now.
But again, Colorado had 2 sweeps.
Yes, but home barn hasn't really meant anything so far in these playoffs, so I'm going Colorado tonight.
Yeah, I'm thinking Colorado as well. Colorado probably gonna take this series in
I would
6.
think so.
I'm gonna say 6 if Vegas can play like Vegas has been playing.
I'm not giving a number until after tonight.
Oh, you want to wait till game 2 just in case?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if Colorado wins tonight, I say they might sweep them. But
all right, the Eastern Conference Final is Montreal versus Carolina. Game 1 is tomorrow night. Carolina's the favorite. Who are you taking?
In game 1, I'm going to go with what I just said again, though. I'm going to go with Montreal. I think they're going to steal one on the road.
You think Montreal's going to? I think Carolina's
playing good hockey right now, though. They're playing really good hockey.
Or maybe it was Carolina that got the sweeps, or maybe Carolina and
no. Colorado lost 1 game last series, I think.
Okay. So between the 2 teams, 1 loss.
I think so, yeah. Yes, I think the final is going to be Carolina in Colorado, I think.
Right.
Even though Montreal, I guess their barn is pretty damn amazing, like with the crowd and everything. So
it's in Canada, eh?
Montreal, eh?
Canada, eh? All right, we're going to take a mandated commercial break.
Are you going to go with that one, huh?
From our sponsors. We will be right back shortly. The NBA rant is next.
This commercial break is sponsored by PSC Sports and More. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/PSC Sports. We provide a wide variety of replica championship rings, including the brand new OKC Thunder championship rings. We also have a wide variety of OU merchandise for all you Sooners fans. Again, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/PSC Sports. And as always, Boomer Sooner.
All righty, to the ones and the nuns, we are back. Now it's time for a little NBA rant. We'll probably spend a little bit of time on the Western Conference Finals. So let's start with the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wow. That's all I have to say is wow.
So Cleveland versus the Knicks, to the ones and the nuns that don't know. The Knicks win this game in overtime.
Was it overtime?
I believe so.
Well, I just know that
from 22 down.
They had a 42-11 run to close out the game.
Yes. So you know what the
I
Knicks
went to
did?
bed. They were down, or they were up by like 15. I had played like a round of golf, so I wasn't really paying attention to the game too much. I got a little frustrated. Was getting a little tired. The swing wasn't going as straight as it was before, so I was like, I'm not playing another round. Looked at the score. I'm like, it's about 9:30. I'm just gonna go to bed. They're up by 15 or so. I don't need to watch the end of this. 4 o'clock in the morning. Woke up, looked on my phone. What?
You know what the Knicks did, right?
Again, they went on a 42-11 run to win the game.
No, so Cleveland was attacking Jalen Brunson and his great defensive skills.
Oh,
So what the Knicks did,
yeah, that's right. They went right at Harden.
they went at Harden
I guess, yeah, they were
a lot.
Basically, I think they would. It sounded like they were just running pick and roll until they got James Harden switched out on Brunson, and Brunson just cooked his ass.
Yeah.
But the Cleveland coach came out and said that Harden's been playing great defense all year, and this was just an anomaly.
Harden hardly plays great defense.
No, I know. That's what they were saying on McAfee.
The coach
today.
is just sucking ass so he can
Right, no,
hopefully get
just
a
the-
re-sign. Because I told you about the whole deal that this coach has been doing.
No, I know.
Literally sucking Harden's ass, coach partner or whatever.
Right. That's the dumbest shite I'd ever heard
Harden
before in
is-
my life.
He's a scorer. That's all he is. He's
Well,
a scorer
I guess when it was
when he wants to be.
because one of the guys on McAfee got like a plus 6,000 in-game bet on this and cashed out. But I guess there was a point where Brunson hit a shot, and dude said you could see in his eyes that he had, you know what I'm saying, like he was locked at the F in. And I guess oh gosh, the other guy on Cleveland
Mitchell
started mocking him a little bit.
mocking Brunson.
Brunson.
Don't do that.
Exactly. And that's exactly when the guy's like, I just put my money on it right then. He's like, I knew Brunson was going to just cook him at that point. Because, Brunson gets that look in his eye and he just takes over games. Even though I really think he's trash. I don't think he's very good.
Well, he
But, I
gets
mean,
hot
obviously he is. Obviously he is.
when he gets
but-
hot at the right times, just like any
he's a
player in
well-
any sport. When you get hot and you get locked in and you're zoned,
Wasn't he
don't fuck with them if you're on the other team. That makes them matter.
wasn't he the closer of the year, whatever award Shea won? Didn't he win that last year?
Possibly.
I think he did win that last year.
Possibly. Wait do you see some of these awards? that
Oh,
are
I know.
coming out.
I again, I saw what I didn't read all of them, but I saw what the preface was. So
So the Cleveland coach has also taken a lot of heat and defending himself for not calling timeouts during that 44-11 run. He said, I needed to leave some timeouts for the end of the game, which I kind of get that. But, dude.
No, you got to stop the bleeding, brother.
Exactly. At least tell one of your guys, foul him. Literally make the game stop for a minute.
Well, and that's what they had Quentin Richardson, Q-Rich, on McAfee today. And he basically said, man, if I was James Harden in that position and I'm just getting cooked every time, sooner or later, I'm gonna foul, or I'm gonna punch him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take a flagrant just to know, hey, MFer, you're not gonna continue to do this to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, step up to him like a man. You know what I mean? Because he was just getting, like you say, he was just getting punked. Like that whole run, he was just getting punked.
You'd have thought some player on Cleveland would have thought to do something
exactly
to stop the bleeding, to pause the game, get a little, no, what'd you say, 44-11?
I think it was like 40 something to 11.
And
Yeah, I want to say it was 42, but I mean, who's counting?
Yeah, so
40 to teens. You know what I mean?
So great game on both ends.
But really,
the Knicks had to wait till the fourth quarter to.
The Knicks have been doing this to everybody all season, though, or all playoffs, though. What was it? 3 games in a row, they whooped up on somebody by 30 points.
Wasn't that? Oh God.
The last series, I think it was.
It wasn't Detroit, was it?
Mm-mm. No, Detroit played Cleveland. Orlando. I think it was Orlando.
Okay, but this isn't even. The next one we're going to talk about, dude, this should be the NBA Finals.
It should be. Well, it basically is. Because whoever wins the West is going to win it all.
Oh yeah, there's no way Cleveland or the Knicks are going to beat either of these two teams, and I'm worried for the Thunder. And we've said it before. So we have the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have home court, versus San Antonio Spurs.
But they were 1-4 against the Spurs during the regular season.
Yeah, they have 1 win against the Spurs.
And Shea did not play well in any of those games.
And he didn't play that great
He hasn't played great in
the
about
other
a
day.
month, really.
But Wemby
Oh, that guy.
has just taken this. He's taken a huge step, and it was said earlier in the season. I forgot which sportscaster had mentioned that this is Wemby's time. It's San Antonio's time. I think it's more next year. I think they're going to be even more dominant next year. But they're going to be hard to stop. The Thunder have got to figure this out, because in all honesty, if the Thunder lose game 2, the series is over.
Yeah, I agree.
The Thunder have got to figure this out. And this game really, this series, I don't think is going to matter home court or not. I don't think it's gonna.
Maybe.
But
I don't know. The Thunder still have home court advantage because they
do,
still.
But if Thunder go down 0-2, it's over. I mean,
Yeah, I don't see
because
them.
Wemby is just on another level right now.
Well, again, like we have talked about, why don't they just throw lobs to him every play? Because nobody can get it if you throw it up to him. Bro, there was one last night where they threw at the top of the other night where they threw it at the top of the square. The top of the square, they threw it to him, and he just grabs it. His head's like right at the rim. I mean,
Yeah, but he's not just on the offensive side of the ball. I think this guy.
no. The
is
Thunder
gonna be better than
Thunder
Tim
are
Duncan.
scared to take the ball into the paint. You know how many times they pulled up,
Well, because you got Wemby there.
or even Jay Will attacked him a few times,
well, you know,
but at the same time, he missed the layup. Like, he got by him and made a great move, but you could tell he was scared that he was going to get the ball blocked.
well, if I'm Dragonarse or whoever the coach's name is
Dagenau.
for the Thunder, I'm thinking in my head, okay, we've played for long stretches without Jalen Williams. I'm sending Jalen Williams in there. I would say Lou Dort, but you need the enforcer. You send him in there. It'll have to be a high elbow into the ribs, kind of give him
Actually,
some sore ribs.
You say that, but Jay Will played the best besides Caruso. Caruso was the Thunder's MVP in that game.
Oh yeah,
He played his ass off.
when he came in, because I was watching the end of
They
it.
put him in early too. They put him in with like 10 minutes to go in the first half or in the first quarter. He came in
Right.
quick.
But when he came in the second half, fourth quarter, he started taking more over, and that's when the Thunder come back and tie
Well,
it.
and
I
he
was
was
like,
the-
oh shit, they're gonna tie it.
And he was
Oh.
the only one hitting threes too. That's another thing is if the Thunder can't start hitting threes,
You
they're
better
in
drive
trouble.
that. Well, you better drive that lane.
Well, and get blocked by Wemby.
Hey,
I mean,
try to draw a foul on him. Get him to foul out.
well, but they were shooting horribly from three. Like, it wasn't just one guy. Like, everybody was not shooting well from three, except for Caruso. But the problem is Shea is having a problem figuring out how he's going to attack. They're double teaming him a lot of times. Right as soon as he crosses half court, they've got a wall right there.
Well, then you know what? You get it. Hey,
Chet, I was going to
Chet's gonna
say
have to stand up.
I was going to say I got a
and
lot of
force
things
it
to
in.
say about him.
You force it in on Wemby. Draw some fouls.
He's my favorite player. Well, that's the jersey I want, either him or Dort, because I love me my middle linebacker.
Can't
Okay,
see my water. Oh, there it is.
I love me my little middle linebacker in there.
Right.
But Chet's my favorite player on that team. How is it that he doesn't get his first field goal attempt with like 1 minute left in the first half? How the heck is that?
I would be feeding.
You
that
have to be
ball
more aggressive.
posting up against Wemby. I'd be trying to draw some fouls.
And why? Okay, don't get me wrong. Caruso is a tough little bastard. He is.
Yes, he is.
He's strong. He's a great defender. But it pains me when you have these number 2 defender in the league. I don't think he matched up one time with Wemby down the floor in the whole effing game. Not even on a switch. I don't think he guarded him once.
That'd be on Dagenhalt.
I agree. But yet you got Caruso down there fighting his little ass off trying to guard Wemby. But he did do a pretty good job because he is physical. He is fronting him. He is doing everything that he can. But he's only 6. They say he's 6'5",
So he's
but I
6'3",
think he's more like
6'2".
6'2" or 6'3", exactly. And Wemby's 7'5". So again, all you gotta do is throw it up at the top of the backboard.
So the Thunder got depth. They do have some depth. So you take
They do,
Holmgren.
but
What I do is I take Holmgren and I'm attacking Wemby from the get-go. And if Holmgren fouls out, Holmgren fouls
But I will
out.
say Holmgren did have probably the defensive play of the game for them with that block at the very end of the game.
Well,
where
the
he
very end of regulation.
yeah.
Because that wasn't the end of the game.
No, you're right. At the end of regulation, yes.
But they're gonna have to do something with Wemby because this dude is
I think
a monster.
I think you have to shorten the bench up. I do. I not the other Jay Will, but there's another guy with a last name that starts with W. Wiggins, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think there's Aaron Wiggins, and do they still have? I thought there was 2 Wigginses too.
That guy was just horrible.
Well,
and AJ Mitchell as him did not play very well either.
But how many of those guys had some type of any playoff experience?
Well, they both played that. Or didn't AJ Mitchell play last year in the playoffs or no?
I don't know. I thought he was a rookie this year.
I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't follow basketball until the playoffs.
Exactly. So you think the Thunder get it done if they win Game 2? Which isn't that tonight?
Game 2 is tonight. Yes, at 7:30.
That's another reason why we went a little bit early.
Yes, we did. So yes, I think they do get it done tonight somehow. But if they don't, I think the series is over, and they may get swept. To be honest with you,
they only went 1-1 for the season against them.
Yeah, 1-4.
Wouldn't it be like 1-5? Don't they play even numbers?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too, brother. I agree with what you're saying, but I heard the 1-4 is a stat I keep hearing. So maybe they got rained out one day and they didn't make it up. I don't know.
So going to be a good game. Game 2 of the other one will be tomorrow. All right, we're going to hit some other NBA news. Dallas fired Jason Kidd,
who I guess
apparently a mutual decision for firing. I don't know how that is.
I don't either. But I heard he was also in favor of the Luka trade. So basically, everybody that was involved in the Luka trade has now been fired. By the way,
except for the owner, because the owner gave the green light.
Yeah, but he hired a new second in command owner guy who fired their GM and now fired Jason Kidd.
Right.
So basically, everybody
actually GM was fired before.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So basically, everybody that was involved in the Luka trade has now been fired.
So here's what I'm not understanding. So I want to say it was last year or the year before. Was it the Knicks wanted to talk to Jason Kidd about head coaching? Dallas said no, he's our guy.
Okay. I love Jason Kidd as a player. But have you ever heard that man talk?
Not really.
He is about the dumbest dude.
So he's not street smart.
Oh, he's street smart.
He's not smart.
But he's just not smart.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like I said, I love Jason Kidd as a player, as a coach. I just don't. So I don't know if his communication skills would work. I'm seriously.
So you're kind of like on Jason Kidd, like I am with Steve Kerr. I want to see Steve Kerr. I would have loved to have seen him go to another team and see what he can do and actually coach a team. Because has he really actually had to coach?
Oh, I think
Golden State.
I think Jason Kidd has it in his brain enough to coach. I just don't think that he can take it from his brain to his mouth.
Right. So
I'm telling you, he's that.
I got you.
That not that smart.
I got you. So Kidd is out.
Kidd is out. Yep. So now we have San Antonio and Wemby return to Paris in 2027. I guess exhibition game, I assume. Is that what you're talking about there?
I don't know if it's going to be exhibition or, I mean, they are doing some international games.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Portland, the Trailblazers have laid off approximately 7 business side employees.
That's
in a
7D, or 70, not
7D. My bad. In a restructuring they're going through right now. I guess their owner's on some cost cutting, which apparently last year he started with not letting two-way players go on the road, saving money, telling employees like, hey, and I don't know why this isn't said on an everyday basis on every team, but was telling employees check out of the hotel on time. I guess they had numerous people that
I
were,
think, to be honest, that should be a finable offense,
Well,
in my opinion.
be like, okay, you're paying the difference.
No, you're just getting fined. I'll pay it, but you're gonna pay like triple what you should have had to pay in fines because you're not
Until you can learn.
and because you're not smart enough to check out at 11 o'clock. Get your ass out of bed at 10:45. Roll your ass out of bed.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the
That's
game ain't till
ridiculous.
7. You don't have to like be prim and proper.
Uh,
All right, so now we're gonna hit some NBA awards. We have got them all listed. There's some doozies in here. You want to lead off with the first one, or
Well, I mean, SJ, as reported by Shams Charania about 12 hours early, good on Shams. But SJ wins the MVP and the clutch player of the year. He needs to live up to that hype if the Thunder have a chance.
in the playoffs, right?
Playoffs.
Playoffs. All right, Roy. I mean, rookie of the year.
Brandon Roy?
I thought it was Brandon Waugh, like Patrick Waugh.
No, it's Brandon Roy, sir.
Oh, okay. So rookie of the year goes to Cooper Flagg, and I know we've covered that one. Cooper Flagg from the Mavericks.
Yes, sir. The defensive player of the year goes to Wimby. Second place was Chet Holmgren. So maybe Chet Holmgren should guard Wimby, and maybe he won't score 41 points and get 26 rebounds.
And maybe, in all honesty, I even told you there might be a chance that Wemby might have won the MVP. I still thought it was going to be SGA. But I think next year,
it should have been Jokic. But I mean,
Jokic's time is over now.
Oh no, it's not, brother.
Next year,
You watch. Jokic is going to come back at 190 pounds next year and just kill the league. Okay, that's a lie. No, he's not going to.
What is he going to cut both his legs off? I mean,
Maybe
play out of a wheelchair.
and maybe his big.
I think next
maybe
year,
his big nether region as well, because maybe that might be 100 pounds right there.
I'm saying next year Wemby's going to win this MVP.
I would assume so, but at the same time, he's got to play more than 30 minutes a game.
All right, most
That's the only
improved
reason
player
he didn't.
goes to Nikhil Alexander Walker from the Atlanta Hawks.
Who?
Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Never heard of him.
Well, he yeah.
Sixth man of the year goes to Keldon Johnson of the Spurs. He played well last night or the other night.
Hey, you got the 6-man player of the year and the defensive player of the year on your team. Now, that's 2 award winners. The Thunder got 2, but it's the same guy. Executive of the year is Brad Stevens with the Celtics. And think about this. Brad Stevens,
Gosh,
he's done very well in all his roles. Where did he leave? What was that college he was in? As a
Butler,
coach.
wasn't it? Wasn't it Butler?
I think it was. And since he's went to the Celtics, now granted Ainge was there above him a little bit, but Stevens has really,
no, but
as a coach, did awesome, and as he's moved up, has just.
I was gonna
done
say, didn't they
amazing.
take him from coach to like GM? How often does that ever happen? I mean, you don't really get promoted from coach to GM very often.
Not very. Stevens has.
But he was young when he got to the Celtics too. He was still
He
pretty
was
young.
still, was he?
I want to say like 36 maybe.
Yeah, I thought he was younger than 40. But
Yeah, I was gonna say he's younger than we are.
definitely done a great job with the Celtics.
The Sportsmanship Award, whatever that is Derek White from the Celtics.
I think next year, Anthony Edwards wins that after his playoff loss exit. How much more sportsman can you be that with
True.
8 minutes left to go in the
True.
game, you're congratulating the other team?
I guess maybe this is you gave up the most jersey swaps in a season. Maybe that's what this is.
Maybe that's what it is.
This is.
Yeah.
Most jersey swaps.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard of that one, but
All right, teammate of the year, DeAndre Jordan. I didn't know he was still playing.
well, that's because he plays for the Pelicans.
I forgot they had a team.
Oh no, Zion plays for them.
Who?
Zion Williamson.
He plays.
Well,
Physically plays.
Well, he's on the team. They pay him.
He's under contract.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he only
He's
plays
under
like
contract.
half the time, but yeah, he is on the team.
So teammate of the year, DeAndre Jordan.
Well, he has to be because he doesn't have Zion there. The Hustle Award, whatever the heck this one is.
WTF on this one?
Well,
I mean,
this should be
Literally scratching my
this should
head.
be this should be Caruso. in my opinion.
They should name this after a player, because one of the biggest reasons I love Dennis Rodman was he did all the gritty.
They should call
hustle
this the
stuff.
Pete Rose Award.
Hey, I mean
Charlie Hustle.
Yeah, but I don't see many NBA players
Hustling? No.
Yeah,
That's why I said this should be Caruso. Goes to Musa Diabetic.
that's I had to reread that a couple times, make sure I wasn't spelling that wrong or reading it wrong or something.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I got to give this guy's props. So I would say the Hustle Award, whatever this award is, goes to Musa Diabe of the Hornets.
I was going to go with Diabetes, but hey, either way works. Musa from the Hornets.
Never heard of him.
All right, yet to be announced NBA awards. This one gets me, and I'm going to say why. And not what the ones of the nuns are thinking. This is the Social Justice Champion Award.
Yep.
Hey, Miss Dina. Sooner. They've announced the finalists for this award. Bam Adebayo, Harrison Barnes. I didn't think he was still playing.
He plays for the San Antonio Spurs, sir.
Okay, I didn't know he was still playing. Jaylen Brown, Tobias Harris, and Larry Nance Jr. So there's 5 of them. And all these other finalists and all these other awards, there's only 3. Why you got to have 5 on this one? And what's the criteria for this? I mean,
I could give you a couple of things where I think might be prerequisites for this. But we probably should talk about it off air because I don't want to get canceled.
Canceled? All we do is hit end stream. And hey, then we just start a new YouTube channel.
Right.
I get the point of what the NBA is trying to do. They're trying to appease the players.
Or the LGBTQRSZ WXYZ.
The BLM.
Yeah, that was a big scam too. But
so I don't get why they have 5. Why do you have to have 5 for the social justice finalists?
Oh, because all the NBA guys think they are social justice guys. Probably go to Jaylen Brown, to be honest with you.
I was kind of hoping to go to Larry Nance Jr. based off the fact I watched his dad play. I mean,
right, but Jaylen Brown is, that's probably his award. So then we have the all-rookie team still is not announced, and the all-defensive team is not announced yet.
I think all-rookie team is supposed to be announced today. I think so. I think it's supposed to be announced.
Well, we'll cover that next week.
All-defensive team, it gets announced later. Also, the all-NBA team has yet to be announced.
Those are the big money awards, baby.
That's right. That's
where you get your Supermax.
That's when you're calling your agent. Did I play in 65 games? No, you dumb MFer. You had to take all these lazy days. That's when they really start counting this one. Crap, I missed it. All right, a little bit of WNBA news. Same as last week. The season started. You got any interest yet in watching?
Nope.
Yep. I was all WNBA before this bowl that they played over this.
Did you see the commercial for Asia Wilson's shoes, though? She has a commercial for her shoes.
I didn't know she had shoes.
Oh, I will say they are pretty solid looking shoes. I'll say that. The commercial, I could take or leave, but the shoes look pretty cool. At least the ones they showed in the commercial were all pink. And they had a pretty cool design.
Right.
I personally wouldn't wear them because obviously they're pink.
Right.
But the design was pretty fresh. And I guess according to my sources, they are very popular shoes with the young female girls.
Okay.
But they should be because you're the 4-time MVP or 4-time reigning MVP. You should be pretty popular. Your shoes should be pretty popular. But neither here nor there.
All right, we got another commercial break coming up. We're going to have a real quick segment on WWE and pro wrestling.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear?
No.
The Danhausen.
He might be in the news that we get to cover.
Oh, did you already talk about it?
No, we haven't covered WWE yet.
But no, this is about not wrestling. He was at the game the other night.
Oh, he cursed
after he cursed the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Some famous person, I don't remember their name because I don't really keep up with that kind of pop culture anymore. But he had him at the game with him.
Oh, cool. But
So the Danhausen was at the Knicks game last night.
We do have a little Danhausen in the news we're going to cover. We're going to have to
Danhausen.
make it a short segment. We will have to get to WrestleManias 11 through 15 next week.
We
just got a little bit of news on the wrestling side. So enjoy the next commercial. To the ones and the nuns, be right back. We appreciate you always.
Sponsored by the Tishomingo Ice House in downtown Tishomingo. Phone number 580-387-5004. Call-in orders are welcome. Talk with my man Scotty for all of the latest and greatest specials and new menu items he's cooking up. Again, that's the Tishomingo Ice House at 310 West Main in Tishomingo, Oklahoma. A dive bar with a sports appeal. Sponsored by the Ice House in downtown Tishomingo. Come by Friday nights to dance and sing the night away with DJ Sierra for Sierra Oki from 9 to close. Who do you love to sing? Is it Guns N' Roses, You Could Be Mine? Or is it Johnny Gill, My? Or John Morrison, You Don't Care Enough for Me to Cry? Sierra has it all. Come down to the Ice House Friday nights, where it's always a good time.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy.
Had to find the right dealy bopper. All right, now we got some WWE Pro Wrestling. The Pro Wrestling news. I know we've been on a WWE WrestleMania rewatch recap, but we're going to have to wait till next week on some of that. So just a little bit of news here before we get into the one after that, which is going to be some NCAA football crap stuff. All right, so
Brock Lesnar returns on Raw and beat the bejesus out of Obafemi.
Yes, he did. He beat Obi down with a Brock Lesnar strut in the way Brock Lesnar can do it.
Which is multiple F5s, I would assume?
Multiple. And that was after the lights came on.
Wait, no, hold on, though. Was this Brock Lesnar or was this Brock Lesnar?
I don't, dude. It was Brock Lesnar.
Are you sure? Because Brock Lesnar has filed his retirement paperwork.
They don't have retirement paperwork in pro wrestling. They wrestle till they're 80.
Okay.
They come back from.
Okay.
They come back when they need money.
Look, sir, I'm just going by what Adam Pearce had said on Raw. Okay. Brock Lesnar has signed his paperwork for retirement. Now, I heard Paul Heyman though has said Brock Lesnar has not retired. And he has a match at.
It was a signed contract by Brock Lesnar.
Right, not a match. Right, Lesnar.
Whatever.
Lesnar.
For the biggest rematch in history. Is what Heyman said on Raw. Now, that's for Clash at Italy, which is coming up. I think it's next Sunday.
I think you're right.
But
there's something else coming up next Sunday, too. I don't know what that is, though. Wait, isn't there something else going on next Sunday?
Nothing that I know of.
Nothing that you know of? Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive.
I thought you told me something about next Sunday. I can't remember what it is, though.
Yeah, maybe a Top 12 trip. I don't know. We'll
really?
See.
Okay.
So I'm glad this isn't a one-off with Oba and Brock.
I am too.
I don't like the way if they plan this from WrestleMania after reading that Brock chose Obi to be his last guy. And maybe it will be his last guy. Maybe this is the Lesnar retirement tour. I think it's going to be a 3-game deal, three-match deal, ending at SummerSlam. But if WWE's smart, do you play this out past SummerSlam?
Well, here's one that I heard today that possibly the Saudis may have said something about, hey, we want Lesnar to come to Saudi. Here is a brink truck full of money. Please bring Brock Lesnar to Saudi.
Now, you do know the Saudis apparently don't have as much money as people thinks because both Saudi investors in the LIV Gulf have pulled out.
Well, that's because LIV Golf sucks, though. I
I'm-
think
I'm-
that's why. I think they still have all the money they need
But
because I think isn't that where
be a Saudi Arabia one coming up?
there is, and I think it's before SummerSlam. I think it goes Italy, Saudi, SummerSlam. I think.
It might. I know they have one coming up. Well, if that's the case, you got to have an odd number of matches, and I wouldn't want Lesnar to lose, or I wouldn't want the last one to be Saudi.
I think he retires in Minnesota. I see. That's why I think it might be maybe just 2, because I really think they're gonna have Gunther retiring.
I don't think so.
Well, Gunther's the new.
I don't see Brock letting. No, I don't see that one. I don't see Brock letting Gunther do it. He might for the right amount of money, but
Well, how much creative control does Brock really have?
probably a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is Brock Lesnar.
He probably has a Hogan deal.
I don't know about a Hogan deal.
So-
I don't think they give
so
away the
you're-
Hogan deal anymore. I think they realized that was about the dumbest thing they could ever done was
So
give
you're,
the Creek.
you're saying they have WrestleMania, Clash in Italy, Saudi, and SummerSlam, 4 matches.
I
I'd rather have an
think-
odd number. Someone's got to have the. Or they could do 4 and let it be tied 2-2.
No, I don't know, but it sounds like Brock wants to give Oba the rub, though. I think is what it is.
Yeah, I think Brock is winning in Italy. Oba may win.
In
Brock may win
Minnesota?
in Saudi because Saudis may have pulled up 2 Brinks trucks and said we want a Lesnar win. Not that pro wrestling is predetermined. So that should be a good one.
Good job. Way to not ruin it for the kids.
What?
What? Huh?
Yeah.
Good job. We already covered it all.
Yeah, so Brock. Yeah. Brock and Obi. All right. So also on Monday Night Raw, Montez Ford and D'Angelo Hawkins, the Street Profits, they're headed for a split, dude.
I think so.
They started this a couple years ago.
Well,
Montez Ford is a way better performer than Hawkins. Hawkins does great moves.
I
but
think so
limited.
too. I think
And
so too.
they
I mean,
almost
I'm still kind of getting into the Street Profits. Again, I've been away for a while.
Well, they did it
So-
a couple years ago and gave Montez. He had a spot in Elimination Chamber. He did great in that because on Raw,
Isn't he what's her name's old man, right?
Ford is Bianca's.
Right. So he might be getting ready to take off some what do they call it? Paternal time.
No, she was just barely pregnant at WrestleMania.
Well, again, you're saying they're working up to the breakup. Usually
No, they are, and they're going to be pushing Ford as a singles because typical, tag team stuff that happens. Montez is telling D'Angelo, "Hey, no, don't do this," and then D'Angelo goes and God, who did he go? He went out to help somebody. Oh, Seth Rollins, and then Montez had to go out to help D'Angelo and actually push D'Angelo out of the way of a spear from Braun Breaker, who used an F5, by the way.
very nice.
And Ford was just looking at D'Angelo saying, I told you that they're going to a split. And then I think Montez Ford,
He could be a good singles match.
I think he could.
Better than Jey Uso.
He would be better than Jey Uso, and I think Ford is. He could be just as good as Shawn Michaels in the ring.
Whoa.
In the ring,
Whoa.
and he's got a little bit of charisma. The
That's,
question is, does Ford kick him through the glass?
maybe.
We'll see. But yeah, I see that one building up.
Speaking of Shawn Michaels, real quick, Marty Jannetty, unfortunately, has had to have
You ruined my whole thing right here.
Yeah, I know. Oh, did you?
Speaking
No.
of tag team splits and dismemberments.
I didn't know it was there. My bad. Go ahead.
All right, no. Speaking of tag team splits and dismemberments,
Marty Jannetty has had to have his foot, or leg, whatever, amputated.
I think it was up to knee. I think. I don't think.
I don't know if it was
don't
that
think
bad. I don't know.
No, I think he's got knee. I
So
don't
he
think,
still got like a little nub that he could put a foot on or whatever and still get around.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I guess his ankle has been jacked for at least probably 15 years.
Well, both his ankles took huge punishments with all those
Well,
jumps and everything.
From what I understood, or from what I heard today from Stevie Richards.
Oh, he called you?
Well, that according to X-Pac, he had never he never laced his boots right. Like he never laced his boots correctly. So
so he didn't have them nice and tight down towards the bottom.
Exactly. So that
Probably
led to
didn't
these
wear braces or anything else.
Exactly. So that led to his ankle problems, and then he never took time off.
And he's probably going to still try to wrestle. Hey, Zach Gowen did it. I'm not making fun of him. I'm literally saying he's probably still going to try.
I forgot about Zach Gowen. He's from Seattle too, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I think he was.
I don't know.
He's no Darby Allin, but
no. WWE is increasing the number of house shows this summer. I guess from a lot of backlash from WrestleMania and all these ticket prices and everything. Ticket prices are said to be more affordable than the pay-per-views, Raw and SmackDown tickets, which will be good because I think Cody Rhodes has signed up for like all of the house shows. So they're going to have a lot of NXT guys, but a lot of these house shows, there are some guys that are going to be at all these.
Well, because Cody is one of the ones that has been pretty vocal about the fact that there's not enough dates, and these guys don't have enough time to learn the craft.
Right.
Because you can't just learn the craft on TV. You have to go. Well,
right. And
old school guys say you have to get on the road to learn the craft.
You do. I mean, it was Shawn Michaels who talked him into taking NXT onto the road.
Right.
Because you do have to learn that. But you take away the house shows, all of a sudden you're just left with Raw, SmackDown, whatever NXT show is, and pay-per-views. So what does that mean for those ticket prices? What's happened? So now they're going to keep those prices up, and should have more affordable.
Well, good. I'm glad. I really am. I'm glad they're going back out on the road. I really am.
This one I was reading today.
I heard about this Chad meeting call like a week ago, but
yeah. So Danhausen, your favorite guy, was
Danhausen.
And this is interesting. This kind of blew my mind because I don't agree with part of this. He was given a lot of credit at the recent WWE Town Hall meeting.
Hausen.
For getting this is great, but it's mind-blowing. Getting things turned around after a bad WWE debut.
Well,
he's now number 2 in merchandise. He was and then here's what I don't get. He was number 1 right after he debuted.
But he was number 3 he was number 3 in sales at WrestleMania.
Well,
just that weekend.
Right. But they're saying he had a bad debut. How do you have a bad debut as Danhausen?
Okay, because they're saying it was a bad debut because as soon as he came out of the box, everybody booed because probably 50% of the fans in the stands had no idea who Danhausen was, and everybody thought it was going to be Mr. Bubbly.
Well, I'm sure they did.
They did. They thought it was Mr. Bubbly, and when Danhausen comes out, they're like, who the heck is this guy?
I know. I was sitting there going, yes, Danhausen.
See, I had no idea who Danhausen was. So,
but I don't see how he's turned it around.
And actually,
he's just being Danhausen.
The first 3 times I saw him on TV, I'm like, this guy's a goof. I couldn't stand him. But then after about the 3rd or 4th time, I'm like, you know what? This guy's pretty freaking funny. And then I watched some of his YouTube stuff, and I was sold. I guess I just didn't understand the character at first. Until I understood the character, I didn't like him. Now that I understand the character, he is must-see TV.
Yeah, right after his debut, he was number 1 for merchandise sales. That's how I don't understand how it was. It wasn't bad.
Well, because again, everybody wanted Jericho, and he got booed when he came out, and that's why they said. Well, that's why I'm assuming And again, according to the town hall conference call that I had heard about, that's what it was. Is they didn't get the bang for their buck out of the reveal, just like they didn't get the bang for their buck on the reveal at Backlash.
Oh, for Minihausen?
Who can go? They should have signed that dude right then and there.
He could go. Hey, have you heard about this rumor? And it's coming from the WWE side.
Well,
And it makes sense. AEW's TV deal is doomed after Paramount takes over Warner Brothers,
right.
which Warner Brothers airs AEW.
Yes, they do.
Paramount's now going to own them.
Right.
TKO has made a comment that it'll be great to have their product on the same show, on the same channel as AEW.
Right.
Now, if AEW does not have a TV deal, they're done.
Of course. But
I mean,
here's a spin on this one too, though.
okay.
Is Paramount may give AEW the WWE treatment, as in, oh, you want to keep your TV deal? Oh, 50% off. Bam. They may cut it in half. And because again, let's think about this though. AEW does decent numbers. They don't do WWE numbers, but they still do decent numbers.
No, they do. They are the number 2 wrestling outfit out
They
there.
definitely are, and they still beat a lot of these sitcoms or
Yes,
lots of non-sports or non-sporting events. They still run good numbers.
They do.
So it is, in my opinion, and it's still good for them to keep AEW. I do think again AEW is going to have to take a pay cut.
Well, they're gonna, but I don't think they're gonna make them change it right away. I think when they re-signed the deal, it was a 3-year deal, and that was a year or 2 ago. I think it's when it's going to come up for renewal. That's when they're going to say, "You want this? Here it is."
Yeah, you're going to have to take a pay cut. I don't think they're going to get the same deal that they had.
Or they're going to have to look at another.
Yeah, because
they need to get to where people can watch them more.
Well, what I had heard is also they may be going at maybe another streaming service, and then going with continuing with their pay-per-view model, not going with the whole like WWE where you have premium live events.
No, pay-per-views. They're pay-per-views.
No, there's a premium live events.
No,
you don't have to pay for them anymore.
They're okay.
WWE, you don't have to pay for them. I know what you're saying.
But
I'm saying that AEW
we pay for ESPN Unlimited, so we're paying
right.
per our view.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but again, they call them premium live events. But again, AEW may continue with the pay-per-view model on the original streaming service.
I think this
Which
Saturday
might not be
is
bad.
Saturday night's main event. Is it this Saturday or next Saturday? I don't know. They got a Saturday night's main event coming up along with Clash at the Italy, and I bet you didn't know this about your girl.
Stephanie Valkyrie is being rumored to be returning at Clash of Italy. Remember back in the day, if the champion didn't
The champ's supposed to get a rematch.
No. The champ didn't defend their belt in 30 days. They got it stripped.
She's not the champ. Remember, she lost it to Liv Morgan.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, it's Farmer Fran. He came back for a little nipple twist. One of these days, we're going to turn that camera around when he does it.
We might lose all of our viewers.
We might gain some. You never know.
That's true. You never know.
I mean, just remember, brains are awesome. I just wish everybody had one.
Yeah.
Not that that's what he's wearing. So, did you hear this about Jake Paul?
What's that?
So, Jake Paul recently came out and said that TKO hates him so much, he's been banned from attending his brother Logan's WWE matches. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know.
But
how
I
true
also
that is either. But we also haven't seen him. We haven't seen him in a while either.
No, and we didn't see him before his broken jaw.
Oh, did you put anything about that in here? About the MMA matches over the weekend?
I have not, but if you want to go over
hit it real quick instead of the. I did watch the prelims, and I couldn't tell you anything about any of the guys. The prelims, I would say, were much more compelling matches than the main card. The main card was a bunch of knockouts very quickly. in most of them. I would say the match of the night on the main card was probably Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Mike Perry beat the holy piss out of Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz had to no moss it, as in on his stool said, "I'm not going anymore" after the second round. Ronda Rousey beat Gina Serrano in about 17 seconds on a very questionable armbar. And they were both laughing and hugging afterwards. Some people say it might have been a work the whole time. It was a Jake Paul, sanctioned fight. So who knows? Ronda Rousey was in much better shape. Gina Serrano had to lose 100 pounds before she could fight.
Dude, that's crazy for a lady.
I know it is. No kidding. Especially somebody that's in Hollywood. They got up to 240 pounds when you were just in the last Fast and the Furious movie. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, what haven't you done? Not much.
Right, exactly. Junior Dos Santos got badly knocked out by some big 6'5", 238-pound Cuban that just pieced him up. Man. Hit him with one like a left and kind of stunned him. Hit him with a right and then just hit him with a straight right that just knocked him silly. I would say that was probably knockout of the night. But a very good main card. It was definitely, especially for a free MMA event, definitely well worth the watch. I would definitely watch another MVP sanctioned MMA event. Definitely.
Well, it wasn't free. It was on Netflix. You forget streaming services.
Yeah, but that's still only a couple bucks a month.
All right, so we are going to take another quick commercial break before we get into some NCAA football. A couple of topics we're going to talk about you're not going to want to miss because it could get kind of heated and kind of derogatory, and people probably being called idiots and stuff like that.
Lots of questions on both sides.
To the ones and the nuns, come right back.
This commercial break is sponsored by PSC Sports and more. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/PSC Sports. We provide a wide variety of replica championship rings, including the brand new OKC Thunder championship rings. We also have a wide variety of OU merchandise for all you Sooners fans. Again, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/PSC Sports. And as always, Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
All right, to the ones and the nuns, we are back. We are having to take a standing break because
these chairs at the
these seats are not comfortable.
But that's just the ones that they give us here. The other seats in this place, super comfortable.
Oh yeah, they
super
are. They
comfortable.
are. Just
but what they give us, I mean, we're just the talent. So
NCAA football. We've talked about this for a couple of weeks, and you and I had an off-air deal on this, and now we need to have an on-air deal with this.
Yep.
Basically, sorry, I got to get this thing up a little bit. What is this guy's first name?
Brendan.
Dipshit?
Brendan.
Piece of shit?
Brendan.
Okay, Sorsby. Brendan Sorsby.
The number one quarterback coming out of the transfer portal. Currently, I say that very lightly, currently the quarterback for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
But he's not eligible.
That's why I say that very lightly that he's currently the quarterback for Texas Tech.
He's not eligible. And to the ones of the nuns that hadn't heard us discuss him before, what did he do?
Well, while he was a freshman at the University of Indiana, this is pre-Fernando Mendoza, pre-Kirk Signetti. This is when Indiana sucked. He was a freshman on the team and decided...
Wait a minute. So he was a starter with Indiana when they sucked?
No. He was not the starter.
Okay,
he was
my bad.
He was a reserve quarterback. I don't even know if he was second string.
Okay.
He did not play in said game that we're about to speak about. He did not play it.
Okay.
But he decided that it would be a good idea to place a bet on his team to win. He did Pete Rose it at least. But he did admit to betting on games that he was a part of while he was at the University of Indiana. And I want to say there was over 1,000 bets placed over a 3-year period on multiple other sports. He was betting on European soccer. Now I'm starting to make fun of him a little bit, but he was betting on polo. He was betting on rabbit racing in Europe. He was betting on basically anything. I mean, basically 1,000 bets in 3 years. That's a lot of bets, bro.
So, as a student athlete, are you allowed to do that with the NCAA?
By the letter of the law that is out there, no, you are not allowed to gamble on any sport, period. In the United States, in Europe, in Australia, in Africa, no, you're not allowed to gamble on anything.
Or what happens?
You are deemed ineligible to play in the NCAA.
Okay. So this
pretty cut and dry. There's not a lot of gray area in this. You can't gamble while you're a member of the NCAA. You are not allowed. You are. Go ahead.
So this dipshit. We're gonna dumb this down for everybody. He bet on hundreds, if not thousands.
I've heard thousands, but yes,
of bets. From what I've been reading, it's way up there.
Yeah, it's thousands.
And the NCAA caught him.
No. He self-reported.
So he self-reported. Well,
he self-reported.
Well,
okay, let me rephrase that. From what I understand, he self-reported. He did not get caught. I don't know how, but from what I understand, this was self-reported.
Okay,
which I think
self-reported.
Which I think though also is what he's trying to come back on is, hey, y'all didn't catch me. I self-reported myself as having a problem.
That doesn't make it better, sir.
No, I'm not.
Not you, sir, Mr. SORSBY.
No, right. I'm not defending this jackass. Oh no.
So he's ineligible. He's hired some prominent lawyers. I can't remember their names.
I can't either, but
they have.
But they are good. No, he did hire some good lawyers. Yes,
they are the same ones that like to go after the NCAA. So he's seeking for reinstatement, and part of their NCAA lawsuit.
Now, by the way, that's pretty impressive.
I know. I've been watching Scotty over there build some nice little teepees with them pool sticks. So
that's impressive.
We may have to have him do that on live one day, but he may not like the camera on it. He's very quiet and really into it. So part of his deal is he has a documented from a doctor a medical gambling issue,
mental health
for his in the NCAA. If they do not reinstate him, it's going to affect his mental health by not being able to be out there with his teammates and his coaches. I think this is a bunch of bullshit. I think he probably owes some money to some people, and they're saying, you better get us our money back. And this is his way of, hey, I could throw some games or be a part of a thing, give you some inside info on who to bet. This guy, this opens so many doors. If this judge and the appeals judge and another appeals, if they allow Scotty, we saw it. We were talking about it. You're doing great, buddy.
Beautiful.
Pretty nice.
So, but this is why the NCAA doesn't want you to bet on anything, let alone just not betting on football. This is why they don't want you to, because again, like you say, if he's betting offshore or if he's betting with quote unquote bookies from back in the day, then yeah, you could be subject to point shaving.
I think that's what was going on. Another interesting factoid from what I was reading on that ESPN article was, so apparently there was an offer made from these attorneys and dipshit, aka Mr. SORSBY. He offered to serve a 2-game suspension. NCAA
laughed in his face.
I was going to say gave him the finger, but same thing. The NCAA then requested his gambling info.
records, right?
He said no. His attorneys say that doesn't matter because I bet it's way worse.
Way worse, even than the 1,000 that's been admitted to. Because again, when somebody asks you a question and you're in the wrong, do you ever tell the whole truth? Nah, you tell like a little white lie. You give them some information. You don't give all the information away.
So this guy's just, and in my opinion, this opens the floodgates. And to me, NCAA football and sports basically would be done. I mean, because you already have the NIL, you've got the damn transfer portal, and if they let this happen, then you're going to have every Tom, Dick, and Harry gambling on everything. How are you going to know if you have an actual,
real
fair game?
Right. No, exactly. And that's why they don't want them betting on the sport.
You know,
Period. You shouldn't be able to. Again, I have a little bit of a different take on this. I think the college athletes should be able to bet on pro sports through a legal means. Like if you are in the state of whatever,
Montana.
I don't know. Is it legal in Montana?
I don't know. We're just going to assume.
Right. Well, I would say the state of Washington, but in the state of Washington, you can't. Well, okay, no, in the state of Washington, you can bet on you can't bet on University of Washington games though, or Wazoo games. In the state of Washington, even as a civilian, you can't bet on.
But you could bet on other.
You can bet on everything else, but you
what
can't
about the
bet.
Seahawks?
Yes, you can bet on, but you can't bet on local college sports.
But you can bet on the Seahawks.
Yes, or you can bet on anything else, but you just can't bet on local college sports in the state of Washington.
Okay.
Again, so it's tough to use that as my analogy, but
bye, Miss Dina.
But again, as a college athlete, you should be able to bet on pro sports, in my opinion.
Well,
but that's just my opinion. But I don't think you should be able to bet on any college sports for that matter.
See, my thing on if they're allowed to bet on the pro, and then they're going to go to the pros, that's going to be a negative reflection on them because then they're going to be like, no, wait a minute.
But I think pro athletes
they're not allowed. Ask Calvin Ridley.
No. He bet on football. I think
he plays football.
He can bet on. I'm pretty sure he can bet on basketball. I'm pretty sure he can. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they can bet on They can bet on whatever's not their sport. I think, and I might even be wrong on that. Fact check me. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong.
I don't think this is good.
I don't think it's good at all, but I can also see where he comes out.
And this guy's going on a big stretch to try to get this to go.
Well, but he only has this is going to be all figured out in a month and 7 days. On June 27th is the supplemental draft, and the courts have said that they will have a ruling by the time the supplemental draft comes up.
But that's his first court. You know as well as I do, whoever loses is appealing.
Okay.
Now,
so let me ask you this:
by chance he won, then yes.
He's not going to win this first one. There's no way he's going to.
I'm just saying, if he does.
Oh, but wait a minute though.
He could enter the supplemental draft.
He might though, because you know where the court is taking place?
Texas.
And judge in Texas or down there in Lubbock? I wonder where he went to college at.
University of Texas.
I would say he probably went to Texas Tech if he's in Lubbock.
I'm sorry.
I
don't know for sure.
I'm sorry. Lubbock is where Texas Tech is. Sorry. I'm assuming again. I'm assuming this is going to go well in the courts at first. But again, the NCAA is also coming out and looking for help from the government or from the president or whatever. Because basically every time.
I think Trump's going to say, why are you even thinking about letting them back in?
Well, right. But again, the NCAA is looking for help from the government on this because every time that the NCAA tries to put a hammer down.
The government.
Well, I'm talking about the United States government, not local government.
No, that's what I mean. Well, that's what I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Every time
it comes down and does something, you have a local government. Oh no.
No, exactly. No, because I went to, in the case of Chambliss. They went to court right there in freaking Mississippi. Of course, we want our quarterback to come back and play. So we're going to overturn anything that the NCAA says.
Right.
Again, the United States government needs to come in and help out on these kind of issues. Because, again, every time that it goes to a local government, the local government is obviously going to want their player to play locally. Why wouldn't they want that?
Well, and to me, this one is pretty cut and dry. This is pretty cut and dry. You gambled. You knew you shouldn't have been. Yeah, you self-reported, but you still gambled. You knew you shouldn't have been. You're out. Bye, buddy.
Okay, so here's
this is a little more clear-cut than all these people with the, I need my 8th year of eligibility.
All right, so here's my question, though. As an NCAA team, or as an NFL team, would you give this kid the time of day?
No.
Because there's one name that I'll say.
Calvin
Remember
Ridley?
this guy? No.
Pete Rose?
No. Herb Schleister. You ever heard of him?
I've heard. Oh, was that guy we listened to the podcast on?
The kid that played for Ohio State and got into a bunch of gambling problems
Yep.
when he was at Ohio State, and then went to the league and played was like a very high draft pick and played like 5 games in the league and was still like well into gambling the whole time. No, I think this guy will never. Okay, he won't get drafted in the supplemental draft. There's no way. There's no owner that is going to take on that kind of problem.
No, because he came out in court, in the court filings, it said he has a mental gambling disorder.
Exactly.
No, I don't think the NFL gives him a shot. I think he should have been. The NCAA had to be investigating for him to self-report. There had to be something going on for him to go and say, you know what? If I turn myself in, this is going to look way better than if I don't.
Or you're right. Maybe he is into it with some bookies. I didn't even think about that. And the only reason I didn't is because it's so easy to gamble anymore that I didn't even think about bookies anymore. I didn't even know they existed. Maybe they still do. I don't know if they still do. They probably still do. Of course, the mob's not going to give up gambling that easily.
No, hell no.
But I excuse my mouth, but I think this kid's fucked. I don't think he ever plays another down football in his life.
I don't think he should.
Because not even just, okay, he might be a great quarterback, but the same thing is going to happen in the UFL if he goes to whatever it is, the UFL or the XFL
I'm sure they have a gambling policy.
Right, but it goes back to the same thing. How do we know that you're not going to throw games?
I think the only way he plays another game of organized football is when he's in prison and he's filming The Longest Yard 2. And Adam Sandler's now the coach instead of the quarterback. And he's the quarterback.
But here's what I also see, though. And this kind of goes back to where I think that they should be able to gamble on pro sports. How much money is the NCAA taking in from DraftKings?
Well, and
call fee.
That would be my thing is like, look, you don't want him to gamble?
Then quit taking freaking gambling sponsorships.
You stop taking the gambling sponsorships.
But,
absolutely.
But the gambling sponsorships are a lot of money now. A lot of money.
The NCAA, look, you can't. You can't want one. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No. And I totally agree. And that's my point. Is you can't have your cake and eat it too. You're right. You can't tell these kids they can't gamble, but yet you have sponsorships right there in the stadiums.
Hey, don't say that too loud in case Sorsby ever watches this because we're calling him an idiot and dipshit and stuff like that.
He'll never watch.
We may give him an idea. Oh, that's how I learned to gamble is I saw DraftKings and I had to see what it was. Yeah. So
yeah, it's ridiculous. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he does not deserve to play again.
Look, don't get me wrong. I love to place a couple bucks on games. I used to put down, you know what I'm saying? I used to get up 6 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast to catch the bus to go to the casino to make sure I had my parlays put in for the morning games that start at 9. And then I had an afternoon parlay for the afternoon games. And I had an evening parlay for the evening games. Do the same thing Sunday morning. Make it there before the kickoff of the NFL and do the same thing. Yes, I wasn't spending hundreds of dollars, but I would put $5 on a parlay. Why not? It's fun. It makes
I don't disagree with it, but if you're not going to let them gamble,
No. Yeah,
You
but
shouldn't
but
take
I wasn't with the NCAA.
No,
I
you're
didn't
not.
play for the Seahawks.
You're
I
perfectly
mean,
fine.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to switch to another highly debatable situation, and we'll probably get more into depth on this as it more plays out. So the college football playoff system
Yes,
is currently at 12 teams, correct?
and it should stay at 12. In my humble opinion, it should stay at 12.
And in order for it to change, which they're talking about changing, in order for it to change, the Big 10 or the Big 31, whatever they're called,
It's called the Big 10, but I think it's the Big. I think it's a Big 18. Actually, I think is what it is.
right? They and the SEC have to agree on how many teams or a format. So now the Big 10.
But it's not just the Big 10 and SEC. It's all the Power 5.
No, those are the two that have to agree.
I think it's all Power 5 has to agree.
Read the article I sent.
Okay.
And I was like, really, just them two?
Yeah, that's kind of silly.
Just
You would think
them
it would be all the Power 5, but
So
I mean,
they
go
have
ahead.
to agree. But the Big 10.
But they're the two biggest players, so I mean, I guess it does make sense. But
yeah, and Notre Dame probably has a say in there somehow too.
oh no, they'll just be grandfathered in somehow.
So the Big 31 wants 24-team playoff for football.
Right.
The SEC wants 16 teams for a playoff.
Right.
Me personally, I'm good with the 12 because my thought is no matter how many teams you put in there, if you do 16, that 17th team or Notre Dame is didn't get in.
No, with 16, Notre Dame will get in every year. They play such a cupcake schedule that they'll get in every year.
But if you do the 24 team,
Notre Dame is definitely getting in every year.
that 25th team or Notre Dame is going to be like, oh, I want to get in. How come I wasn't in?
Okay, but here's my thing about a 24-team playoff.
I think that's too many.
Well, not just that, because you're diminishing the regular season. So let's just say, just in my argument of diminishing the season, we have a 10-1 Ohio State team and a 10-2 Michigan team. Right. Does Ohio State sit all their starters, knowing that if they lose to Michigan, it's no big deal? Well, you know what I'm saying? We'll have the same amount of losses as Michigan. We only have 2 losses. That's definitely going to put us in the playoffs still.
Playoffs.
So why wouldn't we just sit all of our starters like they do in the NFL?
But
when you already know you have a playoff seed,
and they will.
That diminishes the regular season.
But
and
don't you
that is
think
the biggest thing that I hate is diminishing the regular season.
Don't you think with the 24-team playoff they'll have to cut a regular season game?
No. They'll just start a week earlier and just cut out all these freaking bye weeks that they have beforehand.
If you remember, the NCAA earlier this year was having to change some dates and rearrange some stuff because of the academic and the actual school. I mean, forget
these guys
they
don't
actually go to school.
Oh, no, they don't. Don't. Stop freaking lying to yourself. These guys take online
they were having
classes.
to change some stuff around for testing and all that other crap.
You know when the national title game is, by the way, this year? It's like January 20th.
Is it really?
Oh, don't quote me on the exact date, but it's in the 20s of January. It's ridiculous.
Didn't they do 12 teams this year?
Yes, they did 12.
Okay. So why is the season starting later? I just remember there was some stuff they had to move, maneuver around.
There is, because you're right, because of testing and also the transfer portal. The transfer portal, I think, ends like
now it's
January,
only one time.
Right, but that portal ends like January 10th. So if you make the final game, you may have players that have hopped in the portal at that point.
That portal needs to be done.
But the portal
during the summer when almost every sport is done. To me, that's when the portal should be. That's when it should be. No sports, because you could say, well, if you do it in April, you got this going on and this going on.
So
you do it in the summer. You do that son of a bitch in June or July. Do your portal then.
No, but that doesn't make sense because
why doesn't it?
Because you have spring football. So you need to have all your
spring.
Right, but why would you have guys transferring out of your program after they've already went through spring football? That hurts.
Those guys are just gonna have to tough it up and realize I have to wait till July.
But at the same time, the January portal has to happen because you're right. It has to do with academics and testing and all that stuff. But did you also? I know you're not. This isn't on here. You hear what Sark came out and said?
Who?
Coach Sark from Hook 'em Horns, baby.
Hook 'em Horns?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
He basically came out and said something along the lines of, if you're trying to transfer in and out of our school, you're going to have a hard time graduating. We're not going to just allow people to just continue to come in and out of our school.
Good for him. It's about time someone
I
says
agree.
that shit.
I agree. Because like we had talked about on a prior podcast, look, at the end of the day, these kids are going to school not to play football. You are going there to get an education.
But now with the NIL, they're going there to play football.
I'm just saying.
I know. The original. I got you.
You're going there to get an education. So how can you expect to graduate in 4 years if you transfer to 4 different colleges? There is no way that you can graduate. Graduation should still be the main thing here. Again, unless we go to
it should be,
unless we go to our thoughts of there's no more scholarships. No, y'all have to pay to go to school here.
I like your idea.
And if you're good enough to get NIL, that can help pay for your tuition.
No, but I like your idea, and I don't think we've talked about that because your idea is if you take NIL money,
Oh no.
none of them.
Oh no, I'm now to the point of no. If there is no more scholarships. Period.
Okay.
Well, maybe for the non-revenue generating sports like baseball, softball. I guess more talking about football in this argument right here.
Okay.
You have to pay to go to school here. If you are good enough to get NIL money or good enough to go out in the community and find people that want to sponsor you,
then that can
help pay your tuition. But no, you need to go out there and get student loans and do all that other S to get into school. No, you shouldn't just be able to walk in and then we're also going to pay you money. And then maybe 6 months later, you're going to say, oh no, bump that, I'm going somewhere else. No. The scholarships need to go away and they need to become students first and then become athletes. Then we can technically call them student athletes.
You're right.
Because right now they are just athletes.
I do love your idea.
But again, good luck getting that passed through freaking Congress.
Well, it may have an easier chance going through Congress. I would tweak it a little bit myself and say if you accept NIL money, because you may have country Joe Bob or whatever, that family's poor, they can't afford it. He's not that great for pros. He's not going to get NIL money.
Then get a student loan like every other poor kid in your freaking town had to do to get into school.
A lot of poor ones don't have to.
Well, you're right. Well, they have to pay it back sooner or later.
This kid just wants to play football, go to school at University of Hee Haw or wherever, and that's all where he's going to go. And you tell him, if you accept any NIL money, you now lose your scholarship and you owe us this money.
Oh, I like that even better, though. Yes. Okay, fine. I like that. You either get a scholarship or you can roll the dice,
NIL,
pay for your own school, and hopefully whatever you can make it NIL covers it. But see, NIL is different now, though.
See, that's the deal. Like National Signing Day,
because
it used to be you're going to that school, you were going there for
4 years.
For football, 3 to 4 years.
Right. But see, the thing is the term NIL has really changed because it's not
you can
NIL.
Thank the Albanians for that one.
Well, but it's not NIL. No, I'm not even talking about the Albanians in this part.
Well,
what I'm talking about is
the ones who started name, image, likeness.
Right. But that was for your name, image, and likeness because you were he was put into a video game, and they didn't use his name, but they used his image and his likeness. They had his number, his height, his weight, and where he was born. They just couldn't use his name because they were trying to get around NIL at the time because NIL wasn't a thing. So originally when NIL came out, it wasn't like it is now, and it's pay for play because now it's pay for play.
That's exactly what it is.
What NIL used to be was once you are in college, the Tishomingo Ice House might have wanted to sponsor John Mateer to do a commercial spot on TV. So we're going to pay him $30,000 to do it.
Not from the ice house. Sorry, Clint. Sorry.
I'm just talking about, just period. You know what I'm saying? The Ice House wanted to pay John Mateer to do a TV commercial for the Ice House.
Right.
You're going to pay him $30,000. It wasn't, hey, I'm going to come here and you're going to pay me $100,000. No, you're on the team and you have an option to use your name, image, and likeness in commercials and things like that to make money.
Yeah, and
now it's turned into pay for play.
That's
not
what it has.
It's not NIL anymore. I mean, I know that's what they call
like
it.
Texas
still.
Tech softball with that girl pitcher, $1 million.
She's still playing.
I know.
They're still in there.
But
they're still in there.
But she only went there for the $1 million.
Right. No, exactly. It's pay for play. It's not NIL anymore. And I'm not bitching at you about that.
No,
it's just more of, we call it NIL, but it's not name, image, and likeness anymore. It's freaking pay for play.
That's what it is.
These guys aren't doing NIL anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, that's why I'm going back to what I was saying. If you take a scholarship, then you can roll the dice on hopefully the Tishomingo Ice House wants to pay you $30,000 to do a commercial. Or, see, I don't know any of the car dealerships around here. I would have thrown one of those out.
There really aren't.
Car dealerships around here?
Barry Sanders had one in Ardmore. It lasted like a year, and then he sold it.
But you know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
Take the scholarship and use your name, image, and likeness for what it's supposed to be, not pay for play. Like there was a kid on McAfee today from Georgia committed to Nebraska. The first thing he said after McAfee gashed him up, I'm just happy that the NIL can help my family out in anything. Bro, you haven't played a freaking down for Nebraska. This isn't NIL. This is pay for play.
That's what it is. That's just what it has come down to now. And your idea for taking away scholarships. Hey, now the guy that lives in Georgia and has to go to Nebraska, I mean, that's more expensive.
Oh, for out-of-state tuition?
Out-of-state tuition is more expensive. But not only that, but
I know
you take away that scholarship. Oh, the parents got to pay to get you there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You want to do pay for play? Take away your scholarships. Just take them away.
Yep.
But if you don't accept that NIL, I think there should be, because you do have some, you've got smaller schools, teams, not teams, sports that they just don't generate so much. Like, some softball and baseball.
Well, yeah,
soccer.
Most baseball teams don't even give away full scholarships. Most baseball is like half scholarships.
Yep.
Like everybody on the team has a half scholarship, but at the same time, it's half scholarship.
Yeah, and you don't hear about all these issues with those.
Well, baseball's not as big as football and basketball.
But you don't hear about these issues with the NIL. The only issue I hear with softball, or the only issue I have, is the one pitcher for $1 million to go play there.
But didn't they win the College World Series last year?
Did they win, or
I think they did win.
I don't know if they won.
And she's got a 1.96 ERA this year, by the way, or a 1.9 something ERA.
I'm not saying she's a great player. I'm just saying, I mean, the most ever
she's
softball player.
Yeah, that again, I remember being. I think we heard that here in the Ice House last year when we heard that she made $1 million.
Yeah,
I literally think we were here when we heard that.
She's making $1 million. Hey, more power to her, but at the same token, no one else is really getting a lot of that. And she hasn't transferred out.
Oh no. Oh, and by the way, I think her and Texas Tech and Oklahoma meet before the College World Series. Like they meet in the Super Regionals.
I hope Gasso and the OU Sooners lose.
I know you can't stand her.
I can't stand Gasso.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Especially after seeing the crap her husband did on the traveling softball teams and the whole. I think they were playing Alabama in the raining game. Oh, we don't want to play. It's raining. And Alabama's like, let's fucking play.
Well, I mean, don't baseball games get rained out? I'm just saying.
They can, but it wasn't raining that bad. I tell you what, when I coached little girls in softball, Parents would hate it. Are you practicing? Yeah, it's only raining. It's not pouring. This is a great day to learn sliding.
What's the matter with playing in the rain?
Well,
It's I don't know.
Great day
I don't know.
Go learn how to slide.
I don't know. I don't know the safety concerns of it. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
it's probably harder to pitch in the rain.
If there's lightning, the metal bats. No, if there was lightning, we didn't practice. No, seriously, we'd be out at tournaments and someone would see lightning and they'd have to track how far away it was.
Well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, we got to close it down.
I mean, that makes sense. But I'm
anyway,
more talking about
the Gasso situation. That's a whole nother topic.
I'm more talking about slippage of balls, by the way.
Oh.
Not the gripping of balls, but the slipping of balls. Okay.
Oh, okay. So, all right, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we're going to switch over to the NFL.
Oh, but real quick before
here we go. This won't be quick.
It will be. No, it will be.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will be. Actually.
How long do you think before we can spit it out?
Less than 2 minutes.
You think if I keep interrupting you, it's not going to be longer?
Oh, it will be, but
okay.
Here's another thing. The larger you make the playoff pool as well, the more you're cutting out bowl season. Bowl season is almost already irrelevant as it is. So the more teams that you put into the playoff, the more you're cutting out the bowl season, which has always been a very important part of college football.
My take on that is, yeah, you're cutting away bowl season, but some of those bowls are so stupid. But anyway, those bowls can now sponsor the playoffs. All right, go ahead. Point 2.
It also used to be a very big deal and a recruiting point to say, hey, we won the Tostitos Oklahoma Bowl. Exactly. It used to be a recruiting ploy. Now you can't really even use it because all kids care about now is, well, did you make the playoff? Did you make the playoff?
Did you make
the playoff?
And
we didn't, but we.
How much more do I get on my NIL if we make the playoffs?
But we were 8-4 and we won a bowl game. That's still a solid season, is it not?
Right.
You won 2/3. You won 66% of your games.
Right.
That's still a good season. Also, for coaches, again, it's always about the haves and the have-nots. What have you done for me lately? This is the part of what? Yeah, I was gonna say, I saw something different at first. Having more teams in there does also, though, it does help coaches, and I see why they want more in there, because they can say, again, when it comes to updating their contracts or trying to keep their job, well, I made the playoff last year. Okay, son, you were the 24th team, and you lost 77-2 against Alabama last year. So, I don't know.
All right, we're going to switch right over to the NFL.
I thought we were doing a commercial break.
Well, we're at the hour and 54 mark.
No, we're not. It's only
1 hour, 54 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We started early.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to switch over to some NFL real fast. A couple of deals.
That was way less than 2 minutes, though.
Not everything exactly for the NFL. Next week, we'll talk more about the schedule release. We were going to do a lot about that today. But we had some topics. I mean, shoot, we even cut out a
whole WWE segment.
The WrestleMania rewatch situation. So real quick on the NFL. Schedule release was this past week. We'll talk more about that next week. I see some teams, tough schedules.
Here's one thing that I will say about international real quick. I don't like having division games internationally, by the way, just saying.
And you know what? I agree with you. But what's coming up on here is...
I know it's coming up. I remember that. But I'm just saying, I don't like having division games internationally. That's just not, in my opinion, that's not right. Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
I personally like the fact, though, that the Rams and San Francisco play their first game in Australia. I'm okay with it. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm okay with the NFC West doing that, except for the Seahawks. They can all go play all their games overseas for all I care. But for the rest of the league, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears in Italy. Okay, I don't want to see that.
Okay, so Josh Allen, he came out today. He's very high on DJ Moore at the OTAs and all this stuff going on. I know the answer to this. I think you do, but to the ones of the nuns, does DJ Moore make the Bills' offense more dangerous?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And their other wide receiver has come out and
Keon
said,
Coleman and said this is make or break for him?
Yep.
Well, no shit, dude. But I love DJ Moore to the Bills.
I do too.
I'd rather him be on the Bears, but payroll anyway. This helps them.
That was a good cut for the Bears. He
Right.
didn't fit. He didn't fit in the offense very well. Him and Caleb don't get along.
They didn't, but they did DJ right.
No, they did.
They did DJ right and put him. They could have sent him to Cleveland. Aaron says this is it for his career. 2026 is his last one. Who's the next quarterback or any player to basically take a team hostage on whether or not they play the next season? Or is there a player that can do that? We have Aaron that done it. Favre did it. Big Ben did it to a lesser extent every year, just saying, let me make up my mind. He just did it with the Steelers only. So who's next up that's good enough to have enough weight to do that? You got anyone you could think of?
Lamar Jackson.
I don't think so. I think when Lamar gets older and he can't run, he'll be done.
Justin Herbert.
Possibly. He's younger than Lamar.
Well, you're saying people. You say people that could do this.
I'll give you Herbert. Lamar, when he gets too old and he can't do all this running, he won't play past 40.
Oh no, definitely not. Herbert could though.
So Kansas City wide receiver Rashee Rice, and I read another little tidbit about him that's coming up on this. He's violated his probation by failing a marijuana test. He's ordered to serve his 30 days in jail. Did you also know he had knee surgery last week?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
I saw that today.
Yeah,
to get some loose bodies out.
Yep.
If you're Kansas City,
kind of sounds like the same thing that remember somebody else that just had to have another scope done the other day. Remember we were talking about that?
Bo Nix.
Was that Bo Nix? No, there was another somebody else that had to have their knee scopes too.
You're right. I don't remember who that was.
So, but it sounds like it's a procedure that happens from time to time. Just with the media coverage that we have now, we hear everything.
Right.
So I don't think that this was like a completely a horribly invasive surgery. No. But at the same time, going to jail a week and a half, 2 weeks after the surgery, and not being with doctors or physical therapists to help you rehab, definitely not good.
You think Kansas City should just cut ties? I'd be cutting ties with them.
I would be.
I'd be like, dude, you weren't that good, and you have all this shit.
So again, supposedly the reason why he's in jail is because he had failed the drug test, right?
Yeah, marijuana.
So how does that work with the NFL's substance of abuse policies?
It's from my understanding, it's still a drug test. He failed the drug test for court.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Okay. So does this put him in?
He's got to go to jail. I don't know if marijuana is on there anymore.
I think it is.
I don't know.
Right. But didn't you say though that according to your sources, he has a card though, right? Again, according to your sources, right?
From what I've heard, I can't verify that.
You haven't seen it in person, right? But according to your sources, he has a card.
But I'm still cutting his ass. I mean,
yes. If you're dumb enough
to not follow your probation,
right?
After you got cut a great deal.
Screaming deal.
Yeah.
I'd
be F you.
Yeah, man. I can't believe they kept him in the first place, to be honest with you. But after this, yeah, I think you got to cut him.
So did you know Joe Burrow has said this 2026 Bengals are the most talented team he's been a part of?
Have I? I think this will be the first time in my life that I'm going to call Joe Burrow a liar.
I was thinking the same thing. Definitely was thinking the same thing. But at the same time, he could be talking up his teammates he has, like, trying to keep it positive and keep it going.
And Joe Burrow is definitely that kind of guy. He definitely is, but I think he's full of shit.
Yeah, he's not right. The NFL is okayed up to 10 international games in 2027, and teams cannot protect any home games. I guess you had certain home games you could protect. Now it's fair game.
That's what I've heard.
And I love your idea. I do not like the division games
No.
being overseas, because here's why. Those division games are division games to the fans that pay the money to
And
go watch you play. Australia, they could care less
And that's where I'm
about
coming.
that division game.
And that's
But
where I'm coming from.
Why
with
do you
it,
think Jacksonville wants to go to London 2-3 times a year? I'm going to get more money by going over there and draw more than I draw at home? Okay.
Right. Well, and Shad owns a team over there too. And I mean,
can you imagine a New York Giants Dallas Cowboys game in Australia?
No.
Why?
Right. Or like I said, Green Bay and the Bears in Italy. Like, no, I don't want to see that.
Those division games should stay.
They're too important.
Goodell, I know you're listening. Goodell,
I'll text him later.
The division games in America. The
Unless-
Americans who pay your way overpaid salary.
Unless it's the NFC West and not Seattle. Anybody, you can throw all those other 3 teams overseas.
I'm sure you're down for that.
Of course I am.
But
it's a lot of jet lag to play on. But no.
I don't like the fact that teams have no control now.
They're too important. Exactly.
Because they got to do something. I don't want to see division games overseas.
No, I don't.
Now, I will say this, and no disrespect to AFC South or NFC South fans, but what divisional games over there are that?
But at the same time,
what teams are that great?
From a marketing standpoint, they've never been to Australia. So sending the Rams and the San Francisco 49ers over there makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been. You could have sent.
You could have sent the Rams and the Texans. I don't know if they play this year, but I was just throwing out another decent team.
I mean, you could have sent the Rams and the Bears.
There you go.
Because the Bears have Tory Taylor, who I believe is Australian. The wasted draft pick.
I think he is. He's not a wasted draft pick.
Yeah, because he was an average punter and wasted a draft pick on him. They could have got him after the draft. All right, my rant on that one. All right, that's going to wrap it up for today.
I know you're trying to wrap up, so I didn't want to go, John, anymore. I'm on your boy Tory Taylor, but
yeah. So we are going to say sayonara for now from the Ristorante de Frio de Casa. Mr. Scotty is still in the house, so if you're listening and you want to come down, make him cook you some food, because he's still sitting right over there. He's making pool stick creations. Pretty cool, by the way. He's really into that.
Hey, and if you think you're pretty good at pool, test Scotty out.
Yeah, try him.
Try him.
Yeah.
I don't
You're not as good as you think you are against him. I'll tell you that right now. So catch us live again next week, Wednesdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Central Time. To the ones and the nuns, we thank you. We appreciate you. Catch us later if you haven't watched us live.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, call your mom.
Oh, yeah.
Have her subscribe.
Mom!
Because it's not going to cost her anything. It's not going to set her up on an email list or anything. It's just going to help this podcast grow. And that's what we're trying to do with grow.
And if your mom's older, I mean, my mom's older.
Yeah.
Sign her up on YouTube yourself. Go to her house. Put it on play. Lose the remote. She won't know how to change it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
And she'll get to look at a couple of very handsome young men here talk about sports.
She might even be like, is that my kid? Is that my kid? You never know. So, all right. Again, to the ones and the nuns, we appreciate you. And deuces.
Till next week, kids.
Next week, 5 to 7. 5 to 7 every Wednesday. 5 to 7 every Wednesday. 5 to 7.
Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this week your team gets a win. Always stay away from sin. Maybe next week you'll see Blake and Gwen. Big thanks from Maxarelli and Poppa is the NIL free agency. Drink too much, you have to pee. College transfers should pay a fee. So if you plant your flag like bacon Please subscribe if you're new.